Protect. As dads, of course we want to protect our kids. But what does protect even mean? To protect is to preserve. To keep safe from harm or injury. We have to protect our kids against evil in this world, disease, dangers, their own foolishness. You could probably think of another 100 things to protect your kids from. But protection is more than just being safe. What I mean by that is that if you always protect, you never risk. And in this life, yes, we need to protect, but we need some risk as well. So as we kick off this course, I want to talk some about risk taking. When do you take a risk? How do you make risks? And how do you teach your kids to take risks? How do you balance that between protecting them and teaching them risk? I would like to introduce to you today first Dad Bill Treasurer. He's going to talk more about this thing called risk.
I've not yet taught my kids what I call the 5 Ps, which is that the way to determine whether a risk right is wrong is not just through a pro and con list, which is the most common way we use to evaluate risk, but that you need to dimensionalize it a little bit. And the last question you should ask is, what will I gain? It's not the first question. It should be the last question. And the 4 things that you should attend to before asking that question, the first is, am I passionate about this risk? The first P, does it give me passion? Do I get energy by thinking about doing this thing? Is it positive energy? Should I be taking this risk? The second P is purpose. If I take this risk, how will it get me to where I'm trying to get to as a human being? That taking a risk should be not about compensation, but about destination. Not what will this risk get me, but where will this risk take me? So the second P is purpose. The third P is principle. Does taking this risk uphold some value that I say that I want to embody? If I take this risk, if I say that I value creativity and independence, and yet I'm working for a big corporate machine that doesn't allow me to do any of those things, am I living out of step with my purpose and principles? And if I'm going to live that principle, what's the risk that I need to take to really uphold that principle and live the value system that I purport to have? So the third P is principle. The fourth P is prerogative. Am I taking this risk of my own volition? Am I taking this risk of my own choice and exercise of free will? Or am I taking this risk because somebody else told me to take it? And that if we are passionate about the risk, if it's connected to a higher level purpose, a higher order purpose, if we're taking it as an expression of our principles, and if we are taking it of our own prerogative, our own free will, then we can ask the fifth question: what do I stand to gain and what do I stand to lose? And that's called profit. So it's the 5 Ps: passion, purpose, principles, prerogative, and profit. If you can answer all those in the affirmative, then I'd say it's a right risk. And it won't guarantee you'll be successful, but it'll guarantee that you have increased the likelihood of being successful in taking the risk.
All right, Dad, the 5 Ps: passion, purpose, principle, prerogative, and profit. Risk is not just about making a pro and con list. The question, what will I gain, should be the last question you ask. Next time you want to take a risk, consider each of the 5 Ps. And as your kids get old enough, teach them.